This is video number 44 for bass players. And in this video, we're going to kind of ease into putting it all together, meaning bowing, putting fingers down and reading notes. We're not really going to be reading notes. What I mean by that is we're going to go back, way back earlier in the book to where the letters are in the notes again, okay? So you're going to open up to page 7. We're going to, of course, do some echoing first. And the reason I do this is these songs are a little bit easier to play. So you're kind of having to read the notes. You're having to stay at a steady tempo, and you're putting fingers down and bowing, but it just kind of eases you into that. And since these are easier songs, they're good ones to do for the first time you're actually having to look at music and bow and put fingers down, because that's a lot going on, right? And we don't want to have, when that starts happening, when we have too many things going on, that's when we end up developing bad habits, all right? So that's why I ease you into this. So I do not actually recommend that you play these with the playback recording. However, if you want to use Essential Elements Interactive and slow the tempo down, you can do that. I'm just going to use a metronome here, okay? I'm just going to use the metronome. I'm going to set it at 60. Of course, let's do some echoing first. Get your good bow hold. And it's been a few days, so if you haven't rosined recently, you want to do that, all right? Remember, when you rosin, make sure you're going down every time with the rosin. Okay, let's do a little bit echoing. Play, start off easy, 4 open Ds. Get a good sound. D, 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 D. Now Gs. A little bit lighter bow, a little bit faster bow. G, G, G. Now 2 Ds. And you guessed it, 2 Gs. And go. D, D, G, G. 2 Gs. 2 Ds. G, G, D, D. Now we're going to try this. You're going to go D, G, D, G. Okay, try that. Go D, G, D, G, reverse. G, D, G, D. Now you might need to pause the recording here and practice that. The reason we practice that is because we're going to be playing some where we have to switch back and forth kind of quickly. So I want you to open up to page number 7 in your book, and we're going to play number 13. This is just G and F sharp. You might think, oh, this is easy. However, remember how hard F sharp is to play for bass players? Okay, and we have to cross strings. You might remember when we do that, we want to make a tunnel here, right? So we have that F sharp ready to go down, and then when it's time to play the F sharp, press in. Okay, let's try 13 together. No repeat, no repeat. So I have my F sharp hovered above, ready to go down. I've got my good position, good bow hold. And 1, 2, 13, and go. G, G, F sharp, rest. G, G, F sharp, rest. G, G, F sharp, G, F sharp, G. Okay? The last 2 measures, you might need to practice that again. Let's play it again together. All right? 13. If this is too fast for you, pause the video. Take the metronome down lower. This is at 60. Or go to Essential Elements Interactive. Okay? Number 13 again. Ready, and go. G, G, F sharp, and back to G. Point, you're getting a decent sounding F sharp. Now we're going to skip 14 because, well, it's just a bunch of E's, right? Let's go into 15 though. Again, no repeat. All right, 15, no repeat. G's, F sharps, and E's. Watch your music. Good bow hold. Your instrument's leaning up against your body correctly. Your elbows up. Have your fingers hovered, ready for F sharp. 15, ready, and go. G, G, now F sharp. Now E, F sharp. Back to E, F sharp, G. Okay? Might need to pause it and try that one again on your own. Go on to 16 now. G's, F sharps, and E's, and open D's. Just kind of down the D scale halfway. 1, 2, 16, and go G. Now F sharp, that F sharp was already ready to go down. Open D, keep your fingers hovered above. D. Now E, F sharp, make a tunnel. Okay? Now, again, if this is too fast for you, what we're going to do is we're going to play 13 through 21 in your book. You might want to not play along with the video, practice on your own with the metronome, and then come back to the video and try it again. Also, don't forget, one of the best things you can do for yourself right now is just practice playing notes and putting fingers down. Make them up. Like when I do the echoing, right? Practice some high Ds. C sharps. I've got high Ds. Practice F sharp, B to A, or maybe even open G to B. All sorts of things like that are going to help you. Let's try 17 now. And again, we're not going to do any repeats on any of these. 17 doesn't have a repeat, but we're not going to do repeats on any of these songs. 17, G's, F sharps, and E's. Again, 1, 2, hover above. 1, 2, 17, and go. G, G, F sharp, rest. Now E, just make a tunnel here. Okay, we are just doing D, E, F sharp, and G right now. We're not doing it at higher notes in any of these. Let's go on to 18. You might remember this one was a little bit tricky when we first learned this. 18, no repeat. 1, 2, 18, and go. G, G, F sharp, open D, G, F sharp, open D, E, F sharp, G. Now you might have these memorized from back in the day when you played them earlier. If you do, great. We are going to go on to 19, but on 19 I need you to do something. I need you to take a pencil out, because for this song we need to add a bow lift in this song. Remember the bow lift? When you do a down bow, you need to do another down bow. Okay? So I want you, the beginning of number 19, I want you to write a down bow sign. I know it says pizzicato. I don't care. We're not doing pizzicato now. And then the beginning of the second line, write a down bow sign again. Almost all of our songs that we play will start with a down bow. I mentioned that in a previous video. Most of them will start with a down bow. The first song that doesn't start with a down bow is number 116. That's a good ways away. Now, if we were to play all of this, we would need to make this a down bow, we would need to do a bow lift at the end of this line. Now, this is going to come by very quickly, okay? So what I need you to do in your book right now, you wrote down bow, and then you wrote the bow lift symbol right there, okay? And now let's try it. We're going to do it slightly slower than 60 because of that bow lift. Because the only time you've done bow lift, you might remember you had 3 whole counts to get the bow lift in. And you went back to the beginning of the line. That was number 53 in your book, or 52 in your book, I'm sorry. In this one, your eyeballs have to switch lines, and also you have to do a bow lift in 1 count. So we're going to slow it down just a little. All right? That's the bad news. The good news is it's like Mary Had a Little Lamb, or very similar to it. You already know this song. Okay, here we go. F sharp finger down, 19, and red, C, and go. F sharp. Now, freeze. Now go up bow. Freeze. And keep going. Make a bow lift second line. Okay, now we're going to do that one again because a very common problem is the end of measure 2 and at the end of measure 3, people will do a bow lift. Don't do them there. That's too many bow lifts, okay? Do it only at the end of the line. So you gotta freeze your bow at the end of measure 2 and at the end of measure 3. Okay, let's try it again. 19, F sharp finger down, ready, and go. Now be ready, and freeze. Now go up bow on the E's, up, down, up, freeze, down, and bow lift, second line. Rest. Okay? So you very possibly need to practice, pause the video now and practice that on your own. Maybe rewind and do it with any of the songs. If you can't get it, pause the video, practice it, get it right, then try it again with me. Okay? Let's go on to number 20. But again, you are not going to be doing any repeats on this one. I'm going to bump the tempo back up to 60 because, well, we can here. Okay, this one's doesn't have a very fast bow lift. Okay, number 20. Okay, fingers hovered above the G string, ready for your A finger to go down. 1, 2, ready, and go. G. Freeze, now go up bow. Rest. Rest. Okay? If we were doing a repeat, we would need to do a bow lift. You might have noticed you ended up here. And we want to start all of our songs, for now, with a down bow. Okay, but we're not doing the repeat. If you wanted to play that with the recording, you would need to add a bow lift at the end of the line. Let's go on to Seminole Chant. If you're ready, if you need to practice 20, again, please do so. 21, again, no repeat. I'm going to make a tunnel with my E finger so I don't have to keep picking it up. Okay, 1, 2, 21, and go. G, G, rest. Now go up bow. Rest, and down bow. Now look at where my bow is. It's at the tip. Again, if I was going to do the repeat, I would need to do a bow lift. But we're not. Okay, let's go on to 22. 22 is going to require a bow lift, again, at the end of the first line. So what you're going to do, take your pencil and do the exact same thing you did on number 19. Write a down bow here, write a down bow here, write a bow lift right here. Okay, if you need to pause the video for a moment to do that, please go ahead. Okay. And you already know this one pretty well, but this one's going to be a little trickier because the notes move a little bit faster. Okay, let's try it. 22. And get that A finger down, but then be kind of hover above, ready for that F sharp because it comes quickly. 1, 2, ready, and go. A, F sharp, you make a tunnel. G, now E. Remember, just goes up a scale, right? I'm thinking about that bow lift I'm going to have to do. And bow lift, now second line. Make a tunnel. And A. Rest. Okay, so if you remember at the end of that, there's that arpeggio. We're going to be starting to practice your D major scale with your arpeggio very, very soon. So this song is definitely going to help you with that. Go back and play any of these you need to practice again. Get them all good. Get them at that speed. All right? And then you'll be ready for your next video.